of sporting activities in downtown Minneapolis tonight, but the baseball fans are filing into Target Field on a perfect night to watch the Twins open up a 10-game homestand. They have a 4-game series starting tonight against the Chicago White Sox. Great pitching matchup this evening. Jose Quintana for the visitors, 6-1 in his last 7 decisions against the Twins. His ERA is tops in the American League, and for the Twins, he's been their best most of this year. It's Ervin Santana. This is his 21st career start against the White Sox. His career ERA 3.84 against the Sox. Welcome inside the ballpark. It is an absolutely perfect night for baseball. Low 70s, nice breeze. It feels like fall baseball. And it feels like it's time for the Twins to win a game and end a 13-game losing streak. Let's take a look at the series setup. This is the first of 4. I mentioned it. Unlucky 13, tough road trip. Minnesota looks to bounce back tonight and avoid tying a franchise record with 14 straight losses. If they're going to do it, their offense might be the catalyst. Their offense actually was good in the month of August. The team batting average 270, and we looked at that last weekend where they scored 21 runs in Toronto, but still couldn't win a game in that series. The bats have been clicking, specifically Brian Dozier. White Sox, amazing numbers. They are 9-3 against the Twins, so think they have a good record inside the division. Not the case. They're 11-29 against the rest of the American League Central, and they've struggled on the road. When we come back, Dick Kramer and yes, Bert Blyleven returns to take a look at Jose Quintana. Runs might be hard to come by against the ace from Chicago.
Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Bank of America. Life's better when we're connected. A perfect night for baseball, and tonight the Twins open up their longest homestand of the year, hoping to end their longest losing streak in a long, long time. The Twins and White Sox have both struggled since the middle of May. The White Sox got off to a 23-10 start, but they've really struggled, as the Twins have, since the middle of May, particularly towards the end of August. And we welcome you to Target Field. Dick Kramer, we brought Bert Blyleven out of mothballs.
Yes.
And you were here for the start of the losing streak. Now it's up to you to end it.
Well, hopefully they can do it today. You know, tonight is going to come down to good starting pitching, and you know, they're going to have a great pitching matchup here tonight. Ervin Santana for the Twins. Well, he's kind of been the stopper this year, but over his last 5 starts, he had that hiccup a little bit. He still had a 5-1 lead in that game in Toronto that he ended up losing, but got a no decision, 3-1, very good earned run average. But his mound opponent here to this afternoon or this evening, he has been really a lot better. Jose Quintana, over his last 10 starts, look at the earned run average, 2.13, comes in with the best earned run average in the American League at 2.77. Always tough against the Twins. Should be a great pitching matchup, Dick.
Twins couldn't wait to end the month of August and start a new month. Not so much for Brian Dozier. He's hoping to carry over from August into September his hot bat and a lot of home runs. It's been an unlucky 13 games for the Twins. And a strikeout. The Indians sweep the Twins. While there have been some bright spots, Minnesota hasn't won in over 2 weeks. Tonight, the club turns the calendar to September, and hope with a new month comes a better fate in the field. Behind some fresh faces and their home fans, the Twins begin a 10-game homestand against divisional opponents with intentions of putting the losing streak behind them. And the losing streak has reached 13 games. 2 weeks is too long in any sport. It's too long in the National Football League to go without a win.
Well, let's hope they can win here tonight.
And Robin Ventura has seen his team struggle too after a 23-10 start. Since 33 games into the season, the Twins marginally have an even better record than the White Sox. So it's been a long year for the White Sox as well, particularly what's going on the north side of Chicago these days. The Menards batting order for the White Sox: Adam Eaton leading off. Tim Anderson will bat second, then Melky Cabrera, Jose Abreu, Justin Morneau, Todd Frazier, Avisail Garcia, Alex Avila, and Tyler Saladino.
And for the fourth time this season, it'll be Ervin Santana facing the Chicago White Sox. He's 1-2, but a very good 3.86 ERA against the White Sox. 14 of his 24 starts have been quality starts, and that's what the Twins are looking at for Santana here tonight. Just give him good quality innings, get deep into the ball game.
Eaton in the box. We're about ready to go. White Sox come into this game having been swept by the Tigers in a 3-game series. The Twins, of course. And I think this sounds better. Maybe it's just because I'm so feeble-minded, but it sounds a little bit better if you say the Twins have had 4 series sweeps in a row rather than 13 losses in a row.
Well, you know what? We'll talk about it throughout the ball game, but offensively, Twins, I thought, had a very good month of August. It's just the guy on the mound just has not been consistent, meaning the pitching staff, not Santana. He has been the most consistent starter for the Twins.
1-2 to Adam Eaton. Anderson and Cabrera will follow through the 13 games. There really have only been 2 well-pitched ball games. One of them pitched by Santana. Twins lost 2-1 to Danny Duffy and the Royals. And Eaton slaps one to left. Eddie Rosario is there for the catch. 1 away. Northland Ford defense for the Twins, and we might see this outfield play most of the rest of the way. Rosario is back in left field because Byron Buxton is here. Max Kepler, of course, has been a fixture in right. Defense brought to you by Northland Ford. Wolf, Polanco, Dozier, Mauer, the infielders, and Suzuki behind the plate. Buxton had a little bit of an ordeal getting here from Rochester today, but he's here, ready to go. On down, here's Tim Henderson. Down and away, ball 1.
Anderson in his rookie season having a very solid rookie season. He came up with the White Sox back on June 10th.
White Sox started the year with Jimmy Rollins as their shortstop, but now into center field, and Buxton coming in. He'll play it on a hop and a looping base hit for Anderson. That one hit about as hard as Eaton's a little flare to left.
You know, not a bad pitch right there. Got into the hands of Anderson, but strong enough to fight it off for the first hit of the ball game.
And now Melky Cabrera will hit. He's had a pretty good season series against the Twins.
Well, you know what? This guy is a switch hitter, good hitter from both sides of the plate. One of these guys, you go into a ball game, say, let's not let this guy beat us, because he does use the whole field and power from both sides of the plate.
He's had a virus that he's been dealing with, and a couple of times he's missed games because of dehydration. But he's in the lineup and having a good year, particularly as we showed you against the Twins. 1-0.
Anderson, the White Sox can steal some bases. Anderson with 7 stolen bases in 9 attempts. Not much of a running club, 62 stolen bases. They've been caught 30 times.
Down low, 2-0.
Yeah, one thing Santana does, he does a good job of the lack of run stealing bases against him. Only 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts.
2-0 to Cabrera. Santana looking for a ground ball hit at somebody. Santana just 4 starts in August, 2-1, and an ERA of 3. Now that's really good by any measure. Solid. That ball hit Anderson. Cabrera will get a base hit, but that ball hit so hard and it hooked right into the shin of Anderson. 2 away.
Sometimes there's not much you can do about it. The ball's going to find you. And right here, watch Anderson right there kind of get a little bit of a jump. And Cabrera hit this ball so hard. Anderson tried everything he could to get out of the way. Ended up hitting the right calf area of Anderson.
And I believe that'll be 3 unassisted because Mauer was the closest defensive player toward the to the out. And now Abreu's been swinging a good bat. He takes inside, ball 1. Abreu's reached in 27 straight games. That's the longest active streak in the big leagues. And now a strike, 1-1. We're talking about Santana and a really good ERA of 3 in the month of August, particularly given what the rest of the staff, including Santana, registered for the month of August. You will not believe, well, if you watched all month long, maybe you would. The Twins staff ERA in August, everybody, including Santana, who pitched well, 6.21.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Talked to Neil Allen today about that. You know, I mean, he runs the guys out there. He was hoping that Duffy and Barrios would take over, you know, and get a little bit better. Well, they're down in AAA now. It's Dean and Albers that are in the rotation now, and they've had 2 very, very poor outings. 7 different pitchers. You take Santana's numbers out of August, and there's 7 other pitchers that pitched games in August. They had a combined ERA of 8.15. 8.15, the other 7 starters. So the importance of starting pitching, very important.
Inside, 2-2. They're still checking out Anderson's leg after getting smoked by that line drive. A little compression tape. But just to again measure the Twins team ERA against the Cubs in August. The Cubs had a team ERA of 2.14, and the Twins ERA was nearly 3 times that. It has to get better, and maybe tonight, starting tonight, it will. To right center field, Abreu's reached again. Kepler fields, and already getting a reputation of having a pretty accurate arm. Cabrera holds at second. 3 straight hits, and now here comes Justin Morneau.
Oh, Cabrera, Abreu on that power right there, all that power he has, but he just hits a soft line drive, and Kepler charges the ball nicely and keeps Cabrera at second base.
Morneau's had a good resumption of his major league career. Didn't get started till the midway point of the season. Let's see the numbers. Five home runs, some doubles, 19 runs batted in. And just off the outside corner, talked with Robin Ventura, the White Sox manager, before the game today about Morneau, and he said, you know, at the beginning they were just going to use him against right-handed pitching, and then it was apparent Morneau had a little life in his bat. 1-0, swing and a miss, and so he went to Morneau and said, you tell me when you need a day, but till further notice you're going to play against both righties and lefties. The White Sox have pitching, good starting pitching, but they have some lineup issues, and Morneau trying to solve some of them. Pulled foul, 1-2.
Well, just 7 hits and 32 at bats against Santana, but 4 of those 7 hits home runs.
Morneau hitting .267 against lefties, .259 against righties. Frazier on deck. Santana hoping to face him to start the second inning. 19th pitch of the inning for Santana. And pulled the string, struck him out. 3 singles in the inning, no harm done. No score after a half. Team to win a ball game and then play better baseball in the final full month of the season. It's been an agonizingly painful losing streak for the field staff. The Menards batting order for the opener of the homestand. Brian Dozier leading off, then Joe Mauer, Trevor Plouffe, Miguel Sano, Jorge Polanco, Max Kepler, Kurt Suzuki, Eddie Rosario, Byron Buxton.
And that lineup will have their work cut out for them tonight, because on the mound, left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana. His 5th season with the White Sox, having maybe his best year. 11 wins, 9 losses, 2.77 earned run average. That's the best earned run average in the American League. And what has made him so good, he's very consistent. 20 of 27 of his starts have been quality starts. 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less.
4 pitchers in the National League that have a better lower ERA, but of course that's a National League without the designated hitter. Dozier will lead things off, Mauer and Plouffe to follow. Twins have beaten Quintana once this year, and in that game Brian Dozier hit a pair of home runs against Quintana, and he has hit in his career 4 home runs against Quintana.
Yeah, that was back in late June. Twins ended up beating the White Sox and Quintana in that ball game.
Fouled away, 2 strikes. Now the Twins have only beaten the White Sox 3 times in 12 games. But time yet to close that gap in the season series.
Yeah, this guy, I guess you'd call him kind of a crafty lefty because he's got a good fastball, but he changes speed so well. Very good curveball, changeup, throw a little cut fastball he'll throw in on right-handed hitters.
Landed about 6 feet in front of the plate. Just in watching him over the years with as much admiration as you can, somebody who pitches for the other team, I don't know that I've ever seen him throw the same pitch in the same spot with the same velocity. I mean, he is one of the best pitchers I think there are in the American League.
That's why I was excited when I saw that Quintana and Santana are facing each other here tonight, because both of them do such a good job of adjusting. And he'll find out early, as Santana did in that first inning, struggle a little bit, but he'll find out what's working, what's not. What will that umpire give me and what he won't give me.
Now that fastball is 92 miles per hour and it missed inside. The next one might be a 92 mile per hour fastball, but it'll be in a different quadrant or whatever of the strike zone, or in a different location. Breaking ball, strikes out Dozier.
And he took something off that right there and picks up a strikeout, something that Quintana can do. 151 strikeouts now and 173 innings pitched.
Northland Ford defense for the White Sox. Melky Cabrera in left, Adam Eaton in center. He spent most of the season in right. Avisail Garcia is in right field. Frazier and Anderson left side of the infield. Saladino, Abreu on the right side, and Avila behind the plate. 1 down, and now Joe Mauer. Mauer with good numbers against Quintana, hitting well over 300 against him, and a tapper left side. Anderson scoops, fires, and Mauer quickly retired. 2 down. And that'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. See 4 prior starts against the Twins. The 1 loss, a couple of wins.
Yeah, first one coming in April, the second start of the season, then 1 in May, 1 in late June, and 1 in late July.
2 down, and now Trevor Plouffe. Strike over the inside corner. Fouled back. 0-2.
You know, you said, Dick, that Quintana, you know, he changes speed so well. And I kind of learned at a young age. I got to watch Catfish Hunter go about his business. A guy that didn't have overpowering stuff, but boy, he hit his spots. He changed speeds well. No 2 pitches basically were 92, 92. It was always 92, 91, 93 right there. Gets a strikeout his second.
A quick first inning for Quintana against the Twins. A couple of strikeouts and they go down 1-2-3. This time the White Sox were here in late July. Todd Frazier was sent back with the flu, some sort of bug that he had, but he's back in the lineup and he's among the league leaders in home runs with 33.
Yeah, the batting average down at 212, but when he does make contact, that ball can leave the ballpark.
It'll be Frazier, Garcia, and Avila. That ball will leave the ballpark in a hurry. Number 34 for Todd Frazier. And a quick second inning lead for the White Sox.
Well, Frazier jumped on that first fastball pretty much right down the heart of the plate. And it's a line drive home run.
And a 1-0 White Sox lead.
11th home run of the 16 that Santana has given up have been to right-handed hitters. You see the fastball, he wanted it away. It rode right back into that swing. Nice grab by the fan.
1-0, and now Avisail Garcia. He goes after the first pitch and misses. 0-1. Little rivalry, a little contest, I guess, going between Frazier, who with 34 home runs, he now has tied Robin Ventura for the most home runs hit by a White Sox third baseman. And Robin, jokingly, after Frazier hit his 33rd, said, "Hey, had a heck of a year. You know, take the rest of the season off." 2 strikes to Garcia. And missing inside. Santana's done a lot of things right for the Twins this year. Keeping the ball in the ballpark is one of them. Just 16 home runs and close to 150 innings. Leading a staff that has given up way too many home runs. 2-2. On the ground, 2 hops, picked up by Polanco. 1 down. Our Toyota key stat tonight, but Santana hasn't been given an abundance of run support. Even fewer runs than Jose Quintana's been given.
Yeah, both these guys, you know, records probably could be better. But Santana himself, he started the season 1-7, high earned run average. But really, since June 19th, he turned it on over his last 13 starts. 5-3 ERA at 2.30.
And we mentioned that Quintana's ERA 2.77 is leading the league. That gives you some idea how good Ervin Santana's been. Up and away, ball 1 to Alex Avila. He's had some injury issues in his first year for the White Sox. But he's had a pretty productive year. His batting average up to 241. He's always been a guy that will strike out a lot, walk a lot.
7 seasons with the Detroit Tigers, an all-star for the Tigers in 2011. Had some hamstring injuries that put him on a disabled list this year.
133 at bats, 56 strikeouts, but he's got 26 walks, so an on-base percentage of .366. 1-1. Just outside. In yesterday's game, it was a day game at Comerica Park, and Avila hit a home run against his former battery mate Justin Verlander, and you can imagine immensely enjoyed his trip around the bases.
Well, he caught them all over 7 seasons.
Right.
I think he'd know what he'd throw in a situation.
3-1. Tyler Saladino on deck. Fouled away. There's Saladino. Dribbled up the line right to Joe Mauer. He'll go to the bag. 2 down. And now Saladino. Saladino's put up decent numbers offensively. Santana falls behind again.
Greg Gibson calling balls and strikes, and I mentioned both these guys good control. They'll find out what that umpire will give you, what he won't. You can talk about the box track all you want, but will he give you that inside pitch?
Hot ground ball up the middle and a base hit with 2 down. Saladino will hold with a single, and that'll bring Eaton to the plate.
You know,
First time through the batting order, 5 Chicago hit.
Yeah, Santana picked up that rosin bag and kind of threw it down. I think he's unhappy right now at the control that is not there. You can see that Suzuki wanted that ball inside, too much of the plate. Saladino taking advantage of it and drives it up the middle.
Eaton had a flare to left, caught by Rosario for the first out of the ball game. Ran out of the box as if to bunt, took ball 1.
Trevor Plouffe at third base, playing about even with the bag. Eaton, one of those guys that has tremendous speed and utilizes the bunt a lot.
Now 2-0. Santana's thrown 35 pitches and only 20 strikes. Usually 35 pitches for him. He's got 26, 27 strikes. And sliced away from Polanco. Saladino will round second. On his way to third. Here's Rosario's throw. Safe. And on the play, on the throw to third, Eaton will go to second base.
That's a tough chance right there by Saladino, taking that chance and running on Rosario's arm. He must have saw something as he got to second base, and maybe Rosario didn't charge that ball well enough.
Twins might challenge this here.
The inside-out swing and a good one-hop throw, but Saladino, does he get that right hand on the bag?
He's out. I think the Twins are going to challenge this. It looked like the tag was on the forearm right before the fingers hit the base. That angle in slow motion with the close-up. Yep, they're going to challenge it. Absolutely. On that replay, and I think that will be the definitive replay right there. He's tagged, and but the finger is on the base, isn't it? I didn't see that.
Yep. Well, that's a bang play right there.
Well, the Twins taking a gamble here in the second inning, and at first I thought it would be a good gamble, but then we looked at that replay again and it looked like he was safe. Again, the original call so critically important. There are three outcomes, of course. The call's upheld, call stands, or it's changed, overruled. Let's show some more angles of this.
Rosario, perfect throw to Trevor Plouffe. It's how quick he can get that glove down and tagging Saladino. We see the fingers on the bag, but when is the contact of Trevor's glove?
The hand, I don't know. On that replay there, it looked like he was out. That the hand continued to move forward after the tag was made. Twins down 1-0 on the Frazier home run, and now a second inning challenge, and this is taking a while. Not much action in baseball, so the crew here in New York, you can see that's where we believe contact was made on the tag.
And you see the fingers on the bag.
And so are his fingers on the base yet? Again, a light schedule. This is the only game in the American League. It was one day game in the National League and two more National League games at night. So I'm guessing this call and this game getting the full attention of New York.
Well, you see the glove about to touch the hand, but do the fingers get on the bag first? Here we go.
Safe.
He's safe.
So now the Twins have lost their challenge to the later innings. We've seen Rosario make on-target throws in off-balance positions, and that throw just a little bit to the left of the bag, but still
a good throw.
Still a good throw.
Yes. And credit Saladino again. When he rounded second base, he saw something that he thought he could get to third, and he made it.
Now a big out here. Tim Anderson, the batter. The call stands. Swing and a miss. And with three different outcomes, I guess the point I was going to make is it seems like calls that are challenged are overturned about 1 out of every 3 times now. Down and away, 1-1.
I think it just shows that the umpires, I mean, they are right on top of it. Yeah, they're going to miss some, but All in all, they are right on top of the play, and it was a good call.
1-1 to Tim Anderson.
Toby Bassner right there at third base.
Off the end of the bat, Anderson singled and then was hit by Cabrera's single. Well, the White Sox might have had they would have had a scoring threat, probably a run in the first inning. 40th pitch coming up for Ervin Santana. The White Sox already have 6 hits and 10 at bats against the Twins ace. Roller to Dozier. And all that matters after the home run was the Twins spent their challenge. The White Sox lead 2. It's 1-0. Work on my part. Discussion between the manager and Rosario, and it might have been about the decision to throw to third base rather than second base.
I think he made the right choice. I mean, the throw was right there. It's just you have to credit the runner Saladino by trying to take that extra base.
Here's Miguel Sano, and the Twins need Sano to start swinging it like they know he's capable of swinging it. Outside, ball 1. It'll be Sano, Polanco, and Kepler.
I know I wasn't on the last road trip, but I watched the ball games and I see Sano. Sano's just missing. I mean, we saw that, you know, sometimes you see guys, they're right on the ball, but they foul it straight back.
2-0.
That's what I see from Sano. Maybe just not quick enough, whatever, trying to put a little bit too much pressure on himself. Until he just relaxes, tries to hit the ball back up the middle. The power is there. Now going inside.
Popped up, backing out of play. And you talked about him hitting the ball up the middle. Roy Smalley referenced Kirby Puckett. Miguel Cabrera, who seemed to want to hit every fastball to right center field and then adjust to where the pitch is located, the speed of the pitch. Sano's blessed with tremendous power. He can hit the ball out anywhere in this ballpark. 2-1. He does not have to pull the ball. 3-1 with Polanco on deck.
Now I would think as a hitter, and I would, believe me, I was not a hitter, but a Roy Smalley would say, okay, now you have to look for your pitch in a certain area. If it's not there, take it. Going back inside.
Popped up center field.
Got in the kitchen a little bit. Good pitch by
out.
Yep, good pitch by Quintana.
With one away in the second, let's go to Kevin Gordon.
Yeah, guys, Jorge Polanco coming to the plate. Now you see the batting average up over 300. We talked to Tom Bernansky. We saw that in the pregame show. Said this guy's fearless, unafraid, stands in that box every day and gives you a good effort. And I asked Jorge Polanco about his comfort level here at the big leagues, and he said early on he was pressing, like a lot of young players, probably trying to do a little too much. Now he's trying to take it one at bat at a time and let the at bat come to him. Put good contact on the ball, use his speed. He's just 23 years old. Paul Molitor said he's going to get a great look here in the final month at playing almost on an everyday basis to see what kind of player this is. But Jack Morris loves this guy, and sort of the guys in the Twins clubhouse right now. They're really enjoying the potential they're seeing from Polanco. Looking forward, guys. Yeah, you're looking at a guy that's 23 years old, but he was signed by the Twins as a 16-year-old. You know, he's been in the minor league system a long time, 7 years, almost 2,300 minor league at bats. So he's good. He's fun to watch.
And he gets another base hit. Right-handed, left-handed. He's hitting over 300 from both sides. And from the time the Twins called him up for just a handful of at-bats from A-ball, and he slashed a double and a triple right away. He just keeps on hitting.
Well, we're talking about Sano. You know, this is what Sano has to watch. Young guys like Polanco that can do that right there. Just take the ball the other way, and then the power will come. Polanco, not a power hitter. He has one home run. That was against the Indians back in May. But all in all, this young man's going to be fun to watch over the years if he stays healthy.
And now Max Kepler. Kepler checked his swing. Ball 1. Kepler 2 for 6 against Quintana. A home run in Cleveland last night against Corey Kluber.
Quintana making his 26th start this season. 13 double plays turned behind him.
2-0. I'll make you this bet if you want to bet. If the White Sox continue to play their left side of the infield for Kepler where they're playing it, he's going to get at least one bunt hit in this 4-game series. He was out here early today practicing again, trying to drop the ball down on the grass up the third baseline. Takes a strike over the inside corner, 2-1.
Now Quintana, being a left-handed pitcher, pretty good athlete out there as far as covering the ground too, with Frazier playing at deep third base. So if you're going to bunt the ball, you have to make sure it's down that third baseline, not back to the pitcher.
Vila sets up way outside. And Quintana misses badly. And it's 3-1.
Quintana's given up 16 home runs, only 2 of them to left-handed hitters. And left-handers hitting only .214 off of him coming into this ball game in his first 25 starts.
You saw Suzuki on deck. Twins trying to build an inning and get the run back that the White Sox got on the Frazier home run. 3-1.
Vila sitting away.
And a base hit for Kepler. And Polanco will dig for third, and he'll reach. So Kepler worked the count, got himself in some favorable counts. Dropped a base hit into left center, and the tying run 90 feet away.
And good base running. We saw it from Saladino taking third base. This ball had a lot of spin on it. When it hit the outfield grass, it kind of died a little bit. And Polanco hustling to second base sees that. You see a ball kind of die in front of Cabrera, and he hustled over to third.
When you took your break playing golf, and you backspun those flying lady golf balls you used.
Yeah, the pink ones.
The pink ones.
Yep.
They kind of backed up like that a little bit. Here's Suzuki.
But he hit it further in my drive.
Way out in front of the changeup. Strike one.
What you need here is good contact right here by Suzuki. He's driven in 41 runs, average at 275. Purchased 4 hits and 19 at bats against Quintana. He struck out 5 times.
Just inside, close pitch, a fastball. Talked about one of Quintana's keys, his ability to work inside against both righties and lefties.
He's usually right around that spot, and that wasn't a bad pitch. Kick Gibson again, the home plate umpire saying it was maybe low.
1-1 to Suzuki. Rounded foul, 1-2. Suzuki upset with himself there. I think he swung at a pitch he would rather have taken for ball 2. Beautiful night for baseball. Beautiful night for going to the State Fair. Beautiful night for watching outdoor football. Good night for watching indoor football. A lot of stuff going on here.
There sure is.
1-2 to Suzuki. Kepler checked it first.
Quintana pretty quick home too. A tough guy to steal off of. 4 stolen bases off of him in 6 attempts. He does have 1 pickoff this year. 14 career pickoffs.
Snapped his bat. Awful.
Oh, what a great
nauseating sound. I mean, he did a really good job on that bat.
That's called getting into the kitchen.
Twins pretty much alternating catching assignments between Suzuki and Juan Centeno. At some point the Twins will add a 3rd catcher in September.
Both catchers hitting well. Centeno hitting at 252. He's gotten some big extra base hits. And Suzuki looking to get a big hit here. And Kepler at first base, 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts. But again, Quintana pretty quick home. He'll utilize that slide step.
Polanco at third. He's the tying runner. Twins trying to answer with the White Sox scoring a run on the top of this inning. Just missed. Greg Gibson immediately and loudly. Ball in. Inside.
I think Avila right there having a little conversation with the home plate umpire. Let's see what Foxtrax says. Bit inside.
2-2. Two and 2 to Suzuki. Foul back. Suzuki with 6 home runs on the season. He did not homer in August. Of course, his playing time was cut way back. Last home run coming July 27th here against Atlanta. Another 2-2. Full count. Rosario on deck.
Good take by Suzuki. Remember about 3-4 pitches ago you talked about, Suzuki maybe being a little upset that he swung at that ball down. He laid off of that one.
Saw Paul Molitor give some signs that might involve the runner at first, Kepler. So he takes off here.
Oh, and Max needs to make sure that he throws home. Again, Quintana, very good move to first.
The intent here isn't to steal a base, it's to stay out of a double play. And Kepler goes down the line. Base hit for Suzuki. A wonderful at bat. And the Twins have tied it up. Great battle between Suzuki and Quintana. And it's one apiece.
Well, he went back to the breaking ball on 3-2. He was wanting to get it over the plate for a strike, and Kurt Suzuki stayed on it nicely, went down and drove it down that left field line. And on 3-2, Kepler, of course, taking off. He makes it over to third as Polanco scores the tying run. So Suzuki picks up his 42nd run batted in.
3 straight singles in a 1-1 game. Let's see if the Twins can take the lead now with a go-ahead runner at third and Eddie Rosario at the plate. Rosario 3 for 11 against Quintana. 2 strikeouts, and that's what Quintana wants here. Strikeout or a pop-up to keep Kepler at third. That kicks away from Avila. A wild pitch. Kepler will score. Suzuki to second base. And the Twins take the lead on a wild pitch.
Now for Quintana, that's his 8th wild pitch of the year. Avila tried everything he could to try to knock the ball down. It ricocheted off of him toward the Twins dugout. And Kepler scores. And Suzuki scoots over to second. Take a look at this breaking ball right here.
Avila on the right elbow.
Well, your catcher, you see Avila sitting away. He has to dive into it, basically. The Twins take a 2-1 lead.
1-0 to Rosario. Way back, and I guess it probably was the Sano at bat to start this inning. And we pointed out Avila set up way over on one side, and Quintana missed the plate on the other side. And that's a telltale sign that a pitcher's struggling with his control, obviously, and we've seen that throughout this second inning.
And I think we have seen it from Irvin Santana too the first couple of innings.
1-1 to Rosario. That's to center, down for a hit. Suzuki will be held at third with a strong throw, cut off by the pitcher, who was playing between the cutoff man and the catcher.
4 straight singles off of Quintana here in the second inning. Rosario, who has come back in early July with a vengeance, hitting over 300.
He hit that off the label, the trademark.
Yep. Softly into center field.
Don Cooper to the mound. And you're absolutely right about Rosario, and it's exactly the type of response the Twins hope they'll get from Byron Buxton in September. Rosario did well down in AAA after his demotion and has hit well since his recall, and now Buxton called up again. Twins saw encouraging signs, but again they were at AAA with a lot of power, and he hit well over 300 in AAA. Now he needs to have that success up here at the big league level.
Yeah, third time that Buxton has been with the Twins this year. Started with the Twins, then sent down in late April, recalled late May, optioned back to AAA August 8th, and recalled here as a September call-up. Take a look and see if he can make good contact and utilize his athletic ability.
Was the International League Player of the Week last week, where he hit home runs in 4 straight games. I asked him about it today, and he said, well, 2 of them were to left center field and 2 of them were to right field, which not so much the home runs, but that he got hits to the right side of the diamond might be encouraging. 1 strike to Buxton. And now 0-2.
Well, he took a fastball pretty much right there for strike 1, then the breaking ball. So Buxton finds himself where he found himself so many times before, behind an account. 80 times he has struck out in 197 at-bats. Quintana, a strikeout pitcher.
Pulled foul. And Buxton, even in hitting well over 300 at AAA, struck out a lot. That's always been a part of his game, maybe too big of a part throughout his minor league career, striking out about once every 4 at bats. But up here, it's been just about every other at bat. Two to Buxton. Fastball up high. Twins really making Quintana work. He's only gotten the 1 out. That was Sano. And he threw a handful of pitches to Sano to get the first out.
Well, he threw only 9 pitches in that first inning. Right now, this will be pitch number 37 in the ball game.
1-2. Drilled foul over the head of Suzuki.
I'll tell you what, that's a good swing right there. That ball left up a little bit, and Buxton got some good wood on that, but lined it foul. And he stayed nicely with that breaking ball, but just hooked it.
All right, so this will be the 38th pitch. He said 9 in the first inning. Go ahead, show the folks at home that you are still sharp with your math skills.
Well, this will be pitch number 29 in this inning. How'd I do?
He never left. A high drive to left field, way back and gone. A 3-run bomb for Byron Buxton.
All right, waited again on that breaking ball and dropped ahead. That's nice to see right there. A smile out of Paul Molitor's face. You know, last couple weeks have been frustrating for the manager, his coaching staff, and all the players. And Buxton hitting his first home run since he hit one in Anaheim back in the middle of June.
So many good things about that. You're right, a good at bat. He fell behind 0-2. And that was the situation he found himself in so often this year. But he battled a little bit. A couple of foul balls, took a pitch up, and finally stayed on a breaking ball and hit it into the upper deck. A 5 spot for the Twins. First 4 batters were retired by Quintana, and he hasn't gotten anybody out since.
Good for Buxton too. You know, you go big, you're demoted again. You probably feel a little down. He went down probably. You know, he's picked it up as of late, but you come up your first at bat, you fall behind 0-2, you keep battling, finally got a pitch down and hammered it into the seats in left field. It's a big 3-run home run for Buxton.
1-1 now to Dozier. 2-1. This is really odd to see Quintana give up a big number. Only twice this year has Quintana given up 5 earned runs or more in a start. They both came back in June.
Well, you can see this inning, 33 pitches, not Quintana like numbers, 19 strikes, 14 balls thrown. Last time he's given up 4 runs in a ball game was July 9th against the Atlanta Braves.
5 straight hits, 5 runs here in the second. And Dozier chases a high fastball, 2 down. Second time that Dozier has struck out against Quintana. And now Joe Mauer.
Quintana picking up his 3rd strikeout. We're with a high fastball, challenging Dozier with that pitch that we've seen Bryant catch up to and hit a lot of home runs, but he threw that ball by him.
You mentioned Quintana's ERA was 2.77 and was leading the American League. He is trying to become the first Chicago pitcher to lead the league in ERA since Joel Horland.
Oh, wow, lefty. What year was that?
1967. Well, they White Sox have Joel Horland being a right-hander. Gary Peters was a left-hander, and he was in. He led the league in ERA in 1966.
Okay.
All I remember Joel Horland is his Stratomatic card.
I thought he was a lefty.
Well, after the 3rd out here, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
2 strikes.
If their notes say he's a righty, I'm going with their notes.
They should know.
Yes, they should.
And Mauer's called out on strikes. 5 hits in a row, capped off with a Byron Buxton 3-run home run, and it's 5-1 Twins. Byron Buxton, a 3-run home run, giving the Twins a 5-1 lead. They were leading 2-1 at the time. And now we'll see if Irvin Santana can get locked in here. He has not gotten locked in yet. There's a first pitch strike, and there haven't been enough of those for Santana's.
4 of 12 first pitch strikes.
Cabrera, Abreu, and Morneau in the Chicago 3rd inning.
I think either in the pregame or the open, Dick, I mentioned the word adjustment. Both these pitchers, you know, of course, Quintana giving up 5 runs, made some bad pitches. Twins got some little flares off of them, and then the blow off the bat of Buxton. But as even for Santana, now make the adjustment of what you have so far, and hopefully a little bit better control.
Well, he threw a first pitch strike, and then now is missed with the next 3. It's 3-1. You must have experienced it. You can almost tell by his body language. He's just not feeling himself out there yet. There's a strike on the outside corner, 3-2. Now a 5-run inning should perk you up a little bit, I would think. A chance to win a ball game, but.
And Irvin knows right now he wants to put a 0 on the board right here.
And he gets a strikeout. Took 6 pitches to do it, but he struck out Cabrera.
And he picks up his 2nd strikeout.
1 down, and now Jose Abreu.
I tell you, it can leave you and you can find it again very quickly. Normally off that fastball. Good control, perfect fastball down and away.
Here's Jose Abreu, single to right center field, his first time up. And And another base hit to right field. Abreu with a couple of singles already in the night, and that'll bring up Justin Morneau. September 20th is Ryder Cup night at Target Field. A limited number of Ryder Cup theme night ticket packages are available that include a game ticket and Ryder Cup themed Twins cap. You can learn more at twinsbaseball.com/Ryder Cup or call 800-33-TWINS. Here's Morneau. Santana struck him out in a key spot. White Sox had 2 runners on with 2 out. And Santana struck him out on a changeup on the outside corner. By the way, we Googled Joel Horland, and he's still with us in San Antonio, Texas, in his 70s, but he was a right-handed pitcher.
Right-handed pitcher. I played with it. I thought Joe Horland a left-hand.
And Morneau drops a base hit to right. And after the strikeout of Cabrera, the White Sox strike quickly with a pair of singles.
The White Sox have their hitting shoes on tonight against Santana. 8 hits so far.
Now Todd Frazier, who blasted a home run his last time up.
Ball left up, and you can see Justin lining it into right field. Kepler playing it off to his left, gets it back in quickly.
Santana threw a first pitch fastball to Frazier that Suzuki never caught. Somebody in the left field grandstand caught it. And a breaking ball gets a swing and a miss.
He needs a strikeout right here. Good slider down and away.
50 pitches, just 7 outs.
And Frazier strikeout prone. 131 times he has struck out in 477 plate appearances.
Here comes the fastball.
Yep.
And there it goes. That was the home run. Just lead off the second inning.
2 straight sliders right here, and we've seen Frazier before. He'll chase that slider down and away.
Stopped by Suzuki.
Good stop.
Abreu at third, Morneau at first, 1 and 2 to Todd Frazier. And Morneau will try and advance to second base. Ball kicked away from Suzuki, and now there are 2 men in scoring position, and the double play no longer in order.
And the 8th wild pitch for Santana allows Justin to get in scoring position.
Kurt pretty upset about that. I'll bet that looked like one that he should have blocked.
You almost have to stay with that slider and see if Frazier will chase it.
Santana wants a different baseball. And Frazier's worked the count even now at 2 and 2. .35 home runs last year, a career high, and he's 1 away.
Yeah, those numbers prior to this year came with the Cincinnati Reds.
Santana just looks deliberate, uncomfortable.
Well, if you're going to go in right here, because of 4 straight sliders, you have to go in off the plate.
Well, we've seen already a lack of command. And he mispitched to this guy. Oh, he came in and got a swinging strikeout.
And he did go back in, down and in. Good movement on that pitch. So a big strikeout for Santana, his 3rd. I was going to say, after 4 sliders, if you go in, you have to make sure you're in right there. Good movement on that 2-seam fastball. Had some sink on it.
Missed it by a foot. Here's Garcia, bouncer to short, his first time up. Half swing, but he went. That time Suzuki dug it out of the dirt. Frazier was on MLB Network Radio this afternoon talking about Santana, and he talked about how good his slider was. And it was the slider that put him in an 0-2 hole. And slider that gets ahead of Garcia, 0-1. And Suzuki again has to make the block. And having had one of them get away from him, Suzuki's extra diligent, it appears, making sure that he controls the bounce.
Yeah, you can see Kurt wanting that ball away and the ball landing in front of home plate.
Slider to Garcia. And again in the dirt, again blocked by Suzuki. Laboring, is that a good word to describe Santana at this point?
You almost see him looking up right there, like, you know, come on, I know it's there. You see 19 in the first, 21 last inning, 17 so far, so that pitch count too high.
He has put Garcia in a hitter's count, 2-1. Nearly hit him, 3-1 with Avila on deck.
And this is where, you know, as a pitcher, you don't want to give him a cookie right here. You have first base open. You want to make a good pitch. If he's going to hit or swing the bat, make it on a good pitch. And he took it.
A slider off the plate. And they're loaded up, and now Avila comes to the plate as the tying run.
First walk for Santana.
And here comes Neil Allen to give Santana a little bit of a break. Not exactly what Paul Molitor needed after so many short starts through this 13-game losing streak. And now it's Santana's turn, and this is the most uncomfortable he's looked in quite some time. Quintana hoping for a reprieve after his rough inning in the second. Neil Allen just repeatedly patting Santana on the back, trying to encourage his veteran to find something here to get Avila and get in the dugout, try to regroup. Avila bounced to Bauer his first time up. 16 plate appearances, and the White Sox have reached 9 times. Ball 1. "60 pitches for Ervin Santana." Crack foul.
He just reared back, threw a fastball down, and got the count back to even. 1-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs.
Abreu and Morneau single. Garcia's walk.
Avila asking for time. Ervin wants a new set of signs.
Here we go.
1-1 to Avila. Twins were shifting him, juggled by Polanco, plenty of time to make the play. Good defensive positioning, a rough inning for Santana, but no damage done.
Sports North is presented by CenturyLink. Switch to CenturyLink Prism TV for an advanced TV experience. Learn more at cprismtv.com.
Beautiful day in Minneapolis, beautiful night at Target Field, the opener of a 10-game homestand in a 4-game series. Santana looking at him in the dugout, just shaking his head from side to side.
I'll tell you what, he pitched. He has had to pitch here tonight, even though that pitch count is up to 62. You know, and we've seen Santana too go out and get, you know, do what Quintana did in the first inning, throw 9 pitches and get off that field. So that's what he needs to do. But here Quintana knows what his job is. Put a 0 on the board, keep it where it's at.
Swing and a miss. Kyle Gibson is here. It's a shame that Tyler Duffy, Jose Barrios are not, but this so far has been a wonderful example of a veteran pitcher who's just not feeling it tonight. He's had to battle, but through 3 innings, he's only given up 1 run. You know, all the hits, the men on base, and the innings under duress, all 3 of them. But he's only given up 1 run.
Yeah, you know what? And that's pitching. That's pitching. I told you when he got behind 3-1 to Garcia, and Avila was up. Garcia had pretty good numbers coming into the ball game against him, and he had a hitter's opportunity to get a pitch, and Santana ended up walking him. He didn't want to make a mistake right him, and he ended up getting Avila out.
Tyler Saladino is in at short. Tim Anderson, remember, was hit by that line drive, and Carlos Sanchez is in at second base. Now 2-2 to Plouffe.
Yeah, that line drive that Cabrera hit Anderson was a line, I mean, really hard hit. The calf maybe tightened up on him.
I was talking with Robert Ventura today about the plight of managers these days. There's Plouffe called out on strikes for the 2nd time. But pretty much the same pitch, a fastball on the outside corner.
And since giving up that 3-run home run to Buxton, Quintana has struck out the last 3 batters. Good fastball down and away. I got number 5.
Ventura's had a tough go of it too since a really good start this year, and he was talking about the lack of bench moves. And if you've got 13 pitchers and you don't have any moves to make, now it's different in September, but the White Sox just called up a pitcher and another catcher, and so they've lost Sanchez, their move there. They've got 2 catchers on the bench and J.B. Shuck. Here's Sano. 1 strike. And now a ball. Sano got into a hitter's count, and Quintana made a good pitch. Got him to pop up into short center field, gloved by Saladino. Little bit low. One thing that we've seen with all the strikeouts from Sano, we haven't seen many walks. Nearly walked in the 2nd inning. Now it's 2-1. And on the outside corner, look for a while like Sano is going to be walking close to 100 times and striking out close to 200 times. But he's only drawn 45 walks now on the season. 2-2. Swing, strike 3. 2 down.
6 strikeouts now, 4 straight for Quintana.
Twins fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with the all-new Fox Sports Go app. Download the app, take Fox Sports North and Twins baseball with you wherever you go. Yeah, Buxton hit the home run, and Quintana has struck out everybody since. Here's Polanco. Started the 5-run 2nd inning with a single to right center field. A little bit low. Polanco came into the game hitting .314 right-handed, .302 left-handed. Pop fly center field, playable for Eaton. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Quintana. That's exactly what Ervin Santana would like to have in the 4th. Baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. What's yours? Ervin Santana has struggled through 3 innings, but he's got a 5-1 lead. We'll see if he can find something, whether that inning break allowed him to find something to have a couple cleaner innings here. He'll face the number 9 batter, Saladino. First pitch fouled back. 1 strike. Saladino singled, got as far as 3rd base in the 2nd inning. swing, but a strike on that slider again.
Yeah, report on Tim Anderson left the game with a bruised right calf, and he is day to day, as we all are. Slider away.
Taken by Saladino. Grounded to third. Plouffe has it. To Mauer, one away.
I think the best pitch that's working for Santana so far is that two-seamer down and in. A good pitch right there.
The timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. On this day, 2014, Philadelphia becomes the 11th team in the major leagues to throw a combined no-hitter. 4 Phillies pitchers shut out the Braves 7-0. Cole Hamels did most of the work. He went 6 innings. Jonathan Papelbon got the save. Here's Eaton taking strike 1. Eaton with a single in 2 trips. One and one. Half of Santana's pitches tonight have been in the dirt.
That slider. Just holding on to it a little bit too long. One inside.
With a crisp fastball. 2-1.
Fastball inside. He wanted to make sure he got it in there. And Eaton gets out of the way. Now go back with that two-seamer. Good breaking ball. Even a count.
Not the slider. That was more of a curveball. Right. Looked like 2-2. Sanchez on deck. Chop left side. Plouffe gets the 2-hopper. And Eaton retired 2 down. So far, so good for Santana, hoping for a quicker inning. The Twins Flex Plan gives you the flexibility to choose your games and your number of seats. You can choose in advance or even the day of the game. So don't plan, Flex Plan. Go to twinsbaseball.com/flex or call 800-33-TWINS to learn more.
Santana getting some ground ball outs. 7 ground ball outs. Only 1 fly ball out so far with his 3 strikeouts.
Sanchez's first plate appearance. And he takes strike 1. I think Santana's gotten ahead strike 1 on all 3 batters this inning.
He has.
And now 0-2.
Good changeup right there.
Sanchez, we talked about Polanco hitting over 300 from both sides of the plate. Sanchez is hitting under 200 from both sides of the plate. 167 right-handed, 121 left-handed. He drives it to right, and Kepler won't make the play on an 0-2 pitch. A double off the wall, and Sanchez gets a stand-up extra base hit.
Again, that slider just not breaking where Santana wants it yet. Sanchez hitting his 4th double. So left-handers like it. They can just drop the barrel of their bat, hit sharply over the head of Kepler. 2-out double.
And now Melky Cabrera, single and a strikeout. 75th pitch of the night for Ervin Santana. To wrap up business here quickly in the 4th. Missing low, ball 1. Check swing 2-0. Santana got the 2 ground ball outs quickly here in the 4th inning for outs 1 and 2 in the inning, and now a double. Cabrera with a 2-0 count. Abreu, who's already got 2 hits, on deck. Outside 3-0. deep to right. And off the facing of the overhang area, another double, and that missed going out by a matter of a foot or two.
Well, it sure did.
And the White Sox, with a pair of 2-out doubles, make it a 5-2 ball game.
Yeah, back-to-back doubles. Cabrera continues to swing a hot bat against Santana. A 3-0 had the green light, high fastball, and I think he thought he had it, but right off that limestone.
Wow, inches. And now Abreu, who's driven 2 singles to right field. Off the plate, ball 1. Chopper foul on a fastball. Starting to stretch out in the Twins bullpen a little bit. I think they understand that Santana's probably not going to find it tonight. It's been a struggle for him all night long. 1-1. Breaking ball over.
Yeah, Abreu in his first at-bat got a fastball middle end that he hit into right field, and then his last at-bat a fastball away that he drove to right field.
1-2 to Jose Abreu. Struck him out. Came inside with another sinking fastball. Couple of doubles, and the White Sox get another run. It's 5-2 Twins. Twins tonight, a double driving in the second Chicago run. Here's our Sanford Health injury report. The Mets have been beset by so many back injuries. Neil Walker, the latest, missed the rest of the season. The Mets are hanging in there in the wild card race. The healthiest player the Mets have had this year, Bartolo Colon,
43 years old.
43 years old, and not the most finely tuned athlete you'll see. He might get a chance to pitch against the Twins on the next road trip.
I hope he does.
Here's Kepler. First pitch, pop foul, out of play. With Kepler leading off the inning, Frazier, the third baseman, is about on the edge of the grass. Talked about Kepler and his desire to drop down a bunt. But as Quintana gets ready, Frazier will creep in towards the edge of the grass. Strike 2 taken. Kepler, Suzuki, and Rosario in the Twins' 4th inning. You almost see Quintana a little aggravated by that 5-run second inning. A man on a mission. Driven to deep right, down the line. Foul. Just missed the pole.
Well, he tried to come in with a fastball, and Kepler opened up quickly.
And Paul Molitor looking at Greg Gibson. Now, this is not part of the review process. In other words, managers can ask umpires to look at it. And the manager and the home plate umpire were looking at one another immediately, almost as if Gibson saw something that first base umpire Mike Estabrook did not. Take a look.
We kind of see the ball right there.
Oh, man.
On the foul side of the pole.
That ball might have paint on it.
They're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, and they'll see what we saw. But this is separate from the challenge process. Remember, the Twins lost their challenge in the second inning.
You know, sometimes it's hard for that umpire, whether you're at third base or first base, to watch the flight of the ball and then turn around and try to find it, and then try to see if that baby was left, left or right of the foul pole. For the home plate umpire, I think Greg Gibson maybe saw something different, and that's why Paul Molitor and he had the conversation. Now they're reviewing it.
And you'll be able to see the upper right-hand corner there, the ball pass in front of the pole and how it missed the pole. Man alive, that's close, but it is a foul ball, it appears. good to see Kepler sting the ball again.
Well, and you don't see the ball, say, hitting the pole right there and deflecting a little bit towards, say, your right.
It just looks like it's on the same descending path.
Right.
So I don't think this will be overturned unless there's an angle that we don't have that shows a carom of some sort. Yep, foul ball. Best example that I can remember is in 1991, Randy Bush at Fenway Park hit one over the foul pole. See right there, just missing the pole.
Great shot by the camera guys.
The home plate umpire Larry Young overruled the first base umpire gave Randy Bush a home run. This is before any of the replay that was available back in 1991. Check swing by Kepler, and it's 1-2. Kepler tattooed a Kluber fastball last night. He nearly clanged a home run off the right field pole off a Quintana fastball. And there's one on the outside corner.
Perfect pitch right there. Strikeout number 7 for Quintana.
I think the Buxton home run was a wake-up call for Quintana.
Well, sometimes it is as a pitcher. You can see Avila wanted it up, but it ended up being a perfect pitch down and away.
And Kepler thought it might have been down and away. Here is Suzuki. Had a great at bat, drove in a run with a single at the end of it in the 5-run second inning. In the dirt, ball 1. Suzuki fell behind, battled, and ended up delivering a base hit to left, driving in the tying run. Out in front, 1-1.
Took something off that changeup. Good location, down and away. Quintana making his 18th career start against the Twins. 6 wins, 5 losses, 3.76 ERA. Making his 146th major league start.
To center. Carrying toward the bullpen, but well short of it. Eaton is there for the catch. 2 down. That'll bring up Rosario. Nobody sees sports quite the way Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock do. The brains to know, the guts to say. Catch Colin and Jason as they team up for FS1's daily sports talk show. Speak for yourself, starting Monday at its new time of 4 p.m. Central. 2 down, and now Rosario. He singled in the 5-run second inning. Taken low, ball 1. Big called it a strike. And somebody else thought, I hear someone say that ball was down. Strike 1 to Rosario. Now a ball.
There's probably Bernansky down there. You will always hear Tom. This is the first pitch.
See that ball called a strike belatedly by Greg Gibson. 1-1. Dribbler right side, charged by Sanchez, and he throws him out. 8 in a row sent down by Quintana after the Buxton home run.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Twins in the saddle, 5-2. We are smack dab in the middle of the Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle. 100 scratch-off tickets to this lovely lady to my left from Blooming Prairie, down south about 83 miles. Her name is Linda. She's got her grandkids. She's got her daughters. You made that really cool sign that your granddaughter's got her head in right now back in 2010. You've been to lots of games. You've never been picked. Bert's first game back after a couple weeks vacation. You get picked tonight with that cool sign. What a thrill.
That's very, very exciting. I'm very happy. Very happy.
Now that sign's got got the old school logo and it's also got the new school logo. You put a lot of time into this.
I did. Went to the hardware store, bought the stuff, and made the sign.
She has 6 different Twins outfits she wears during every single home game. This is one of the lucky ones trying to break this losing streak, and it was lucky already because she gets 100 scratch-off tickets, guys, from the Minnesota Lottery.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. She's hereby circled, and her family, but boy, Santana, my goodness. 11 hits allowed, a couple extra base hits, back-to-back doubles in the 5th. Everything else besides the home run singles.
So lead-off hit for Morneau here, and now Todd Frazier.
Santana needs to make a good pitch right here. Hopefully get a double play ball. You know, you look up as a pitcher now, you see the pitch count between innings. 82 pitches for Santana coming into the 5th inning. You think, okay, maybe 1, maybe 2 more. Santana, a guy that can go 110, 115 pitches. But get out of this inning first.
And now 2-0 to Todd Frazier. Frazier clobbered a home run on the first pitch he saw in the 2nd. And then Santana struck him out swinging in the 3rd. Season high in hits, and he's only retired 11 batters.
Well, he's made some good pitches when he's needed some good pitches, but right here falling behind on Frazier, and he, like Cabrera, I'm sure will have the green light. Cabrera had the green light last inning and hit the RBI double.
And a walk. And first and second, nobody out, in immediate trouble for Ervin Santana here in the 5th.
Second walk of the ball game for Santana, and Eddie Guardado picking up the phone in the bullpen. We'll be getting somebody up.
And Alex Wimmers is the first guy to take off the warm-up. Garcia, the batter, he walked his last time up and bounced to short his first time up. And if Santana can get a ground ball hit at somebody, he might be able to bob and weave his way through the 5th inning here. Breaking ball over, and when he's needed a strike here in the middle innings, I think a couple times in the 4th, and now here in the 5th, he's gone with the slower breaking ball.
Or the curveball type of breaking ball over the slider. So trying to make the adjustment because the slider so many times has landed in front of home plate.
Missing inside with a fastball. His strike percentage, which is normally 65, is at 57%. 51 strikes in 90 pitches. Pounded foul. 1-2.
Sometimes you go out there, and believe me, you'd like to be a computer or a robot and make every pitch perfect, but you're going to have nights like this. Santana has not had that many since the middle of June. These type of outings.
4 strikeouts, 3 of them have been in key times. Now 2-2. Fouled back, a pitch left up. Garcia wanted to hit it into the 2nd.
That ball had a little bit of that two-seamer on it. I think he wanted that ball down and in. It just stayed up by his hands, and Garcia fouled it off.
See Santana exhaling like I got away with one there.
Santana shaking off. Watch Suzuki move, go back inside.
Now 3-2. Garcia walked to fill the bases with 2 outs in the 3rd. Here in the 5th, there are no outs.
Runners will not be leaving here.
Back, see with another good swing. Twins have been out hit 11-5.
Yeah, but you know what? That column's nice. It's that one to our left that's the most important. Twins are up 5-2. Avila on deck.
Struck him out with one of his better sliders tonight. One down.
Oh, you said, Dick, you know, his seems like his strikeouts have come at the right time. And that's a big strikeout right there. Good breaking ball. And Garcia swinging at maybe ball 4, but too close. So strikeout number 5 for Santana.
Santana struck out Bornal with 2 on and 2 out in the first. He struck out Frazier with 2 on and 1 out in the third. He struck out Abreu with Cabrera at second after his RBI double in the fourth. This might be the biggest one of all, depending on what happens in the Avila at bat. Two ground balls off the bat of Avila. And Santana delivers a fastball on the outside corner.
Second time in a ball game, Avila has stepped out, wanted time.
One strike. And a check swing. I think he foul tipped it. It's 0-2. And Avila very strikeout prone, and he has bounced into 3 double plays and 135 at bats. Batting 8th, Saladino, the on-deck hitter. On the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 away.
Well, straight over the top fastball, that 2-seamer. And Suzuki framing it right there, keeping it.
Snap of the glove over the outside corner. And now Saladino, a single and a ground out. Pitch number 100 for Santana. Swing and a miss.
Well, his last 2 sliders he have thrown to 2 best sliders we've seen so far. The one that struck out Garcia and that first one right there to Saladino. So maybe he's just getting loose.
Wicked pitch, and both runners will move up. Wow. Just when it looked like Santana was locked in and finding some semblance of control. Just a wicked pitch in the dirt that handcuffs Suzuki.
Not much Kirk could do about this. Watch this right here.
It's a fastball.
Kirk kind of tried to backhand that, then maybe get his chest protector and his body in front of it. The ball got behind him. Second wild pitch of the ball game for Santana.
2 men in scoring position. One and one to Saladino. Roll to the right side. What a marvelous job by Santana. He's been in trouble in all 5 innings. And he's gotten some big outs when he's needed to. Mountain Dew fans of the game, so far so good. It's a 5-2 Twins lead. Byron Buxton with the biggest swing of the game, a 3-run home run, and right now he's going to drop down a bunt single. Up and away, ball 1. Buxton fell behind 0-2, and he worked the count and fouled off some pitches, and then he absolutely crushed one into the second level here at Target Field. 2-0.
You mentioned last inning, Quintana, since that 3-run home run, has retired 8 straight. He's picked up 5 strikeouts in the 8 outs.
Popped up short center. He comes in a couple steps. 1 down. Perfect second trip through the Twins batting order, and now Dozier will hit with 1 out in the 5th. Carsoup.com trivia question. Who was the last Twins player to lead the American League in extra base hits?
Brian Dozier on that list of extra base hits. David Ortiz leading with 74. Brian 6 behind him.
Dozier struck out twice tonight. Strike 1. Kirby Puckett hit a lot of home runs, a lot of doubles, a few triples. Tony Oliva. I think the answer is the guy I mentioned last night, I think, on the telecast, Zoilo Versalles in 1965. 1-1. He'll be my guess anyway. Popped up back into the seats. 1-2. Dozier just 11 for 45 against Quintana, but the 4 home runs, 2 of them in 1 game earlier this year. Which might need to change the number. It's 5-2 Minnesota right now. Dozier protecting the plate.
And kid.
The amazing thing is, if Dozier cools off from August and only hits 8 home runs from here on out, that's 40 home runs.
Very good.
That's still a lot of home runs in 1 month. And Dozier strikes out for the 3rd time. And that'll bring up Mauer. Dozier's deck is back September 10th. A limited number of special ticket packages includes a game ticket and limited edition Brian Dozier Blaze Orange stocking cap. A portion of the proceeds from every ticket purchase benefits Pheasants Forever. For details and tickets, visit twinsbaseball.com/Dozier's deck. Santana can afford a smile. Maybe that's a signal that he is done for the night. Strike on the outside corner to Mauer. He is 0 for 2 with a tapper to short and a strikeout looking.
Oh, we were told that Santana got some handshakes after that. As you see, as Rogers starting to loosen up. 102 pitches for Santana in the 5 innings.
Grounded right side and a base hit. That will at least get Quintana into the stretch position. 2-out single, and Garcia fields it very deep in right field. The White Sox shifting Mauer into right center field. That'll get Plouffe to the plate. He's been called out twice on strikes.
Yeah, that ended a streak of 10 straight outs retired by Quintana.
Taken low, ball 1. Two and 0. Last time the Twins got Quintana into the stretch, they strung 5 hits together. A 2-out single by Mauer, and a 2-0 count to Plouffe. A blast to left center field. Eaton chasing it. Gone! A home run into the bullpen. And the Twins change the number in the 5th.
Home run number 11 This could be 10 on the year for Trevor Plouffe. And the Twins lead by 5. We've got a fastball. Trevor hitting it straight away, left center. It's just a matter if Adam Eaton could catch up to this ball, but he just runs out of room.
And now Miguel Sano. That was big. That was almost as big as Buxton's 3-run home run. You just could feel the White Sox creeping back into this thing, and it was nothing short of a miracle that they only got 2 runs in Santana's 5 innings. Zipped inside. Two and 1. Twins now with 6 batters, counting Eduardo Nunez, in double digits in home runs. Robbie Grossman has 9. Eddie Rosario has 8. Popped up near first, and Abreu lumbers over near the Twins dugout to make the catch. A 2-out single by Mauer, and then Plouffe goes deep for his 10th, and it's 7-2 Twins. White Sox have yet to homer in this. Well, they did. Frazier hit a home run. The Twins with a 2-run home run by Plouffe, a 3-run home run by Buxton, and it's a 5-run lead.
Oh, you're right, Dick. That 2-run home run by Plouffe right there kind of said, "Ooh, good," because the White Sox seemed like they were fighting back. They just weren't able to get that big hit off of Santana, who went the first 5 innings. Now the bullpen taking over. Taylor Rogers, first one out of the bullpen, making his 45th relief appearance. His last outing Tuesday in Cleveland, he went the longest he had gone yet as a reliever, 2 1/3 innings in that 5-4 ball game that the Twins lost to Cleveland last Tuesday. Struck out 4 in 2 2/3 innings.
He has made 4 appearances during this long losing streak and hasn't given up a run, just 3 hits. Total of 5 2/3 innings. Fastball strike 1, fastball strike 2. And I think Rogers, maybe more than some others have to this point, have taken advantage of this auditioning period for the 2017 bullpen. 2 strikes. Ball line to center, and that'll be a base hit on an 0-2 pitch. Leadoff single in the 6th.
Eaton picking up his 2nd hit. Breaking ball just stayed up a little bit there. Yeah, Rogers has walked only 12 batters, 2 intentional in 48 2/3 innings. So he goes out there throwing strikes, 48 strikeouts.
Now Tommy Kahnle is warming up. JT Chargois has given up a lot of hits and a lot of walks in his trial here in the big leagues. Other relievers, Pat Light has shown a wicked split finger pitch, but lack of command of the fastball. Ryan O'Rourke has done just fine. Ryan Presley probably has been overworked, but has done well. But Presley was a part of this bullpen at the beginning, talking about guys who've just been added as the season has worn along, and Rogers has done better than probably anybody else to be considered for a spot at next year's bullpen. Swing and a miss, and Suzuki able to corral the breaking ball.
Good curveball right there. That's one of his pitches to get strikeouts. That good breaking ball down and in to right-handed hitters. Suzuki getting it on that short hop.
It's not Andrew Miller like, but it's really tough against lefties, less so to right-handers. 2 strikes.
He's going to try it again.
Punch to center. And Buxton glides in to make the catch. Thinks about a throw back to first. Buxton showing off his speed there. That ball looked like it was Going to doink in for another short hit into center field. One down. That'll bring up Melky Cabrera. On the subject of outfielders, Buxton's out there now. Asked Paul Molitor today about Logan Schaefer. Schaefer got 3 straight starts in Cleveland. And Paul was pretty impressed with how he played in the field, the range he showed, the angles he took. And he said in one game in particular, now granted it was a loss, but he said Schaefer was the best player we had on the field that day.
And he did. He made some very nice catches out in center field.
And he said he's going to try to get Schaefer some time in left and right to see what exactly they have. 1-0 the count to Cabrera. And a strike call, but you got the impression, at least I did, in listening to the answer, that as the Twins are looking ahead to next year, one of the areas they've got to improve is their outfield defense. And as a 4th outfielder, Schaefer would have the advantage over Robbie Grossman, who's been here most of the year. Dribbled to first. That's a fair ball catch, and Mauer will get the out at first base.
That's a good play by Joe Mauer attacking the ball. If that ball maybe hits one more time, it had that spin on it, may have gone foul.
And with a 5-run lead, you'll be more than happy to exchange a base for an out.
Yep. Yeah, Joe right there, you could have stayed back. He could have stayed back on that, but he charges it and keeps it fair and gets the out at first.
Looked like the ball was going to land right on the baseline. So a good play by Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire. Runner at second, 2 down. And it's possible that if Rogers can get Abreu and get him quickly here, he'll be possibly asked to at least pitch at the beginning of the 7th inning. Morneau, a left-handed batter, due up. Now you got a base open. And a 1-0 count to Abreu. 2 singles and a strikeout. Hit hard to right center field. Deep to right center field, and gone, a home run, and the White Sox get a couple in the 6th, and it's back to a 3-run lead.
Boy, it looked like a fastball away, and Abreu showing off his power, his 20th home run of the year.
That was off the facing of the second deck out there. And 2-run score on a long opposite field 2-run home run by Abreu.
First home run that Rogers has allowed in a while. You can see that ball had too much of the plate. Abreu just dropping the barrel of the bat, and he crushed this ball.
You can understand why he's gotten his singles to right center field when you can hit the ball that far to right center field. And add another list of hitters that you hope Miguel Sano is paying attention to.
The first home run that Rogers has allowed since June 9th.
7 miles per hour off the bat.
He gave one to the Miami Marlins, Chris Johnson.
And now 1-0 to Morneau.
They measured that home run at 423 feet.
That might be a little short. That ball was absolutely crushed. 2 singles for Morneau. And a breaking ball strike. And that's, in a nutshell, what has been the issue for Rogers. Difficulty in getting right-handed batters out. Even though Eaton got aboard punching an 0-2 pitch into center field for a single, Rogers has been much more effective against lefties, and now he's ahead of Morneau 1-2. Dribbler to third. Plouffe with the pickup and the peg. 2 for the White Sox in the 6th, and it's back to a 3-run lead. Twins have a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer. The White Sox have a solo and a 2-run shot. Look at that, 10 men left on base for the White Sox, and the Twins haven't left any on. Tommy Kahnle will pitch next for Chicago.
Yeah, Kahnle in his first season with the White Sox, 2 previous years with the Colorado Rockies, making his 19th relief appearance. Hard throwing right-hander, fastball, slider, split finger type changeup.
Look at that. 16 walks in 17 innings. 16 walks in 17 innings. That's, for Blyleven, that's nearly 1 walk per inning.
That's almost, yes.
Here's Polanco to start the 6th for the Twins. Polanco, Kepler, and Suzuki. Ball 1.
Cayley, 26 years old, out of the Yankee organization, came up with the Rockies in 2014. That's been the book on Cayley, basically. You know, even with the Rockies, 102 innings in 2 seasons, 102 strikeouts, but 59 walks. Quintana worked the first 5 innings. The 7 runs he allowed to the Twins, the most runs he's given up to anybody this year.
Polanco with just 6 walks and 143 at bats. Talking with Robin Ventura before the game. First, we'll take care of this. Thursday, September 15th, Yoga Night at Target Field, presented by Mayo Clinic. Special ticket packages include an exclusive Twins branded yoga mat, game ticket for the Mariners series September 23rd to the 25th, and a donation to the Twins Community Fund. Join your fellow yogis for an evening in the outfield for this hour-long yoga class. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit twinsbaseball.com/yoga. I might do that. I mentioned last night with Jack Morris, 2 nights ago, whenever it was. Every off season, I'm a little closer towards trying to take a yoga class.
Yoga, okay. How about Zumba? You ever want to do Zumba?
No.
More of a dance?
No. Are you kidding me? Dance?
Well, I bet you're a good dancer.
1-0 to Max Kepler.
Bet you're light on your feet.
And a strike. Caneley's first after 5 out of the strike zone. Talking with Robin Ventura. Of course, in the Cleveland series, Brian Shaw was brought in every game of the Twin series in Cleveland. And the White Sox guy for that is Nate Jones. 62 ball games he's appeared in this year. Kepler taps it foul. And, you know, every team probably has that guy. The manager has to, you know, fight using him in every game. They get people out like Ryan Presley does, and Nate Jones and Brian Shaw for the Indians, and you just have to try to protect those people, and that gives people like Caneley for the White Sox a chance to get some outs, but he's got to throw it over the plate. 1-2 to Kepler. 2-2. Presley's pitched in 62 ball games. Chris Beck might be next up for the White Sox if Caneley can't throw more strikes. And Kepler swings at 1 in the dirt. Strikes out.
Change up right there. Caneley picking up a strikeout. Quintana worked the first 5 innings. He had 8 strikeouts. See the action right there, almost like a split finger. The ball drops in front of Avila.
And now Suzuki, an RBI single and a fly to center. Suzuki approaching 300 at bats, but he's only walked 15 times. Caneley can deliver a first pitch strike. There he does. See if the Twins try to do something with Polanco. Twins have seen Kahnle enough to time him, see how quick he is to the plate. Vila's still pretty good arm behind the plate.
Polanco 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts.
See why the Twins, and on a wild pitch will get Polanco to second. A slide step, and Kahnle hardly gives the runner any time at all before he's delivering it to the plate, but he augured one in the dirt.
You see that ball getting away, and Polanco alertly moves to second base.
The runner at second, they're all talking about what sign they're going to use here or what.
Vila trying to backhand as the ball kind of came up and got underneath his mask.
The wrist, then off the neck. 1-1 to Suzuki.
I think you see it night after night where you see young kids like Kahnle coming into the big leagues that for some reason cannot control their fastball.
Now ask Neil Allen and Eddie Guardado about that. 2-1.
Oh, good hard breaking ball right there.
And they left it up, but Suzuki swung through it. 2-2.
Slider, they clocked it at 84 miles an hour. The speed gun, such a big part of the game of baseball now.
Flared foul.
My wife Gail and I flew up yesterday and had a chance to, the Delta Airlines movies on there. I watched the movie Fastball. Have you seen that yet?
No.
It's pretty good. It's basically on baseball about Nolan Ryan and the guys that threw the fastest, and they figured Nolan Ryan was faster than Walter Johnson or Bob Feller. About an hour and a half. Pretty good movie.
2-2 to Suzuki. Just missed with that breaking ball. Nearly caught the corner, and it's 3-2 now with Rosario on deck.
But I think the gist of that movie, Dick, is take a look at this breaking ball that just misses inside, not by much.
Vila wanted it out there, and it was in there.
But basically, you can throw fast and hard, but what do you do with it? If it's right down the middle of the plate, you're going to get hit.
Full count for the Twins catcher. Wrapped wide of third.
That was good fastball right there because that's exactly where Avila wanted that pitch, middle in.
Kahnle will reload another 3-2 pitch. Could use an insurance run here after Abreu's home run in the top of this inning. Oh, foul. Three two-strike fouls in this at-bat for Suzuki.
Well, Suzuki had that good at-bat against Quintana in the second inning when he ended up picking up that RBI single.
Driven to right field, and Suzuki with another great at bat. It'll drive in Polanco, and Suzuki goes into second with a ringing double.
Well, you're right. That was a very good at bat, just like he had in the second inning. He fought off some nasty pitches and then got a fastball up in this situation and just went the other way. See, Avila wanted that ball inside, left out over the plate. Kurt Suzuki takes it the other way. Polanco scores for the second time in a ball game, and the Twins get one half of what the White Sox were able to put back on the board in the top of the inning back.
You can almost see through the mask Avila's frustration, because McKinley hasn't thrown the ball anywhere near where Avila has set up. There's Rosario. Down and away, and it's up and away off the plate. We've seen it. We mentioned the Twins ERA of over 6 in August, and it was a month full of mislocation. 1-0. 2-0, and now Avila will return the ball personally to Kahnle.
Kahnle, 5 different stints this season with the White Sox. Started the season down in AAA. Traded over to the White Sox in November of last winter from the Rockies.
The Twins changed the number of the 5th. They changed it again so far here in the 6th with one more run, but Suzuki at second, who won out in the inning, and now a hitter's count for Rosario. Swings through 96-mile-per-hour fastball.
You know, coming into this ball game, you saw Santana against Quintana. You're thinking, boy, this is going to be a 3-2 ball game, 4-3 at the most. And here the Twins have a 8-4 lead.
Two and one. Pop foul.
Happy young men right there.
Two and two to Rosario. The line foul. Kahnle now with 23 pitches and dozen strikes. Fastball got him. 2 down.
Kahnle picking up his second strikeout between a walk, a strikeout, and then the RBI double. Picks up his second strikeout.
And now Buxton. Who hit a 3-run home run into the second deck in his first at bat after his recall. Then on a 2-0 pitch, he skied one to center fielder Eaton. Up and away, ball 1.
25 pitches, 13 strikes. And almost a delay a game should be called.
Next year, maybe. Fly ball center field again, and Eaton should gather this in to end the inning. Twins got a leadoff walk and an RBI double, and it's 8-4 going to the 7th. The story of the game with the Twins up 8-4.
Well, home run's a big part of this ball game. It was Frazier that hit the first home run for the White Sox, a solo home run off of Santana. Buxton, a big 3-run home run in the 5-run second inning for the Twins, giving them a 5-1 lead. Trevor Plouffe, a 2-run home run, his 10th home run of the year. And the Twins were up 7-2. And Abreu, he moved that fences back a little bit, that whole section, with that line drive home run, a 2-run home run in the top of the 6th. Twins added one more in the bottom of the 6th.
The White Sox literally have threatened in every inning so far. Rogers to Frazier. He delivers outside ball 1. Be Frazier, Garcia, and Avila. And how much would Paul Molitor give right now for a 1-2-3 top of the 7th?
Well, they have sent at least 5 men to the at bat every inning.
In the first inning, they left runners at first and second. In the second inning, they left runners at second and third. In the third inning, they left the bases full. They scored a run in the 5th, left a man at second, left runners at second and third in the 5th. 1-2 to Frazier. And the Twins, even though they lead 8-4, they've been out hit 13-8. Ryan Presley getting loose. Half swing. Did he go? Strike 3. Frazier on a check swing. Strikes out to start the 7th.
Yeah, Frazier doesn't like to call. Rogers picks up his first strikeout. Good hard breaking ball down and in. And Todd Frazier says umpire Dana DeMuth down at first base, unable to hold up.
Our hope is, however long our game is, we don't end the same time the Vikings and the Gophers football game ends. Half swing, and he went. And Garcia doesn't like it. He's exasperated with Greg Gibson. Now, from up here, it looked like he checked, and that's been one of my sore spots. Why home plate umpires don't ask, like he did on strike 3 to Frazier. There's a full swing and strike 2.
Well, be honest with you, I thought that first pitch was a strike anyway because of the hard breaking ball. Now you can see Garcia a little upset. Now what you want to do is throw that breaking ball in the dirt.
After what I think I read on his lips, he's lucky he's still in the game. Up and away, 1-2. Here's the side angle of Frazier. He went. His wrists broke. Here's the first pitch to Garcia, and he may have gone too. But to me, you've got a whole lot more credibility if that strike call is made by the base ump rather than the home plate ump. Takes 3 seconds to do that. To signal down there.
Yeah, baseball's trying to speed up the game.
Well, I know, but let's get it right. 2-2.
Nothing wrong with calling strikes. Oh, ring him up.
Just missed. And now it's a full count.
Our last pitch, fastball inside.
And a swing and a miss on an errant fastball. 2 down.
And there goes the bat. So it's 2 straight strikeouts for Rogers. Garcia swinging at a fastball up.
Next year,
walking back saying it's all the umpire's fault.
Next year, I'm going to do that on the fantasy camp.
I will pay to see that.
How much? How much will you pay me
You know,
if I succeed in breaking a bat.
Wow, you're going to bring a fungal with you or something. I get to pick the bat.
No. I take one over that's already cracked and hanging like, who was it that broke their bat earlier? It almost came apart on the swing. 1-0 to Alex Avila. The outside corner. We mentioned that Rogers has seized the opportunity to make the impression more than others have. One of the reasons he throws strikes. You talked about it before. Just 12 walks, 2 of those intentional, now in over 50 innings. And so much of the damage done by the bullpen, particularly in this 13-game losing streak, has been because of base on balls, 3-1 counts, 2-0 counts. And Rogers has really done a nice job throwing strikes, and it sounds so simple, but as we know, as we've seen over the last 2 weeks, it apparently is not that simple.
Well, you know, Rogers isn't a guy that throws 97 to 99, you know, so he knows he has to hit his spots. This young man at 25 years old has learned how to pitch in the minor leagues.
3-2 to Avila.
And he's brought that up here.
Breaking ball just missed. And Avila will take a walk. And no, we won't have a 1-2-3 inning. And Paul Molitor will come out here.
First walk for Rogers.
Rogers, who faced 8 men. Here's a very close pitch, but it missed inside.
The curveball just a bit inside.
Box tracks presented by Carrier. Rogers faced 8 men and got 5 outs, and he will leave the last out of the 7th to Ryan Pressly. A couple of runs in the 6th. Looked like he threw a pretty good pitch to Abreu, and he just absolutely crushed it. Got a couple outs here in the 7th, and now Ryan Pressly will be asked to get the Twins off the field in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, 63rd relief appearance. Ryan worked only a couple times on that road trip, once in Toronto and then last Monday in Cleveland, an inning in the 3rd of shutout baseball in that 1-0 a 10-inning loss to the Indians.
Saladino hits over 300 against lefties, about 251 against righties. So that's why the move is made here with 2 outs, a man at first, and Pressly drops a breaking ball over for a strike. I asked Ryan the other day whether we're seeing that mid-range breaking ball slider more this year. He said, no, not really. It's just been my impression that we've seen it more often. But at the big curveball, the mid to upper 90s fastball, there you see 96. And then in between pitch that he likes to use as well.
No, that was more the 4-seamer, and we've seen Ryan too use a 2-seamer that'll go down and away to lefties or down and in. And then the curveball that is a good tight break, and you mentioned the slider once in a while, and then an occasional changeup. See the difference in facing lefties and righties. Sedino.
Half swing, and they appeal. No swing. That's how this should work. See how quick that was?
That's quicker than 3 seconds.
One and 2.
A good hard breaking ball.
And a check. Swing and a miss, and Pressly strikes out Saladino. 3 strikeouts in the inning, and Garcia with a little anger released.
Tonight's greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Christian Yelich with the Mets at the Mets, 3 for 4. Addison Russell, those Cubs just keep on winning this year. Freddie Freeman, boy, I tell you what, we saw him in Atlanta. He likes to swing. He's got that uppercut swing, a home run, 3 runs batted in. And the Atlanta Braves, they have 50 wins on the year. Twins have 49, so this win, hopefully tonight for the Twins, will tie them for the worst record in baseball, something that the Twins are not proud of, but you take one game at a time. Chris Beck coming into the ball game, making his 13th relief appearance.
And Brian Dozier just simply relieved that Jose Quintana is out of the ball game. Quintana attacked Dozier as if he took exception to the fact that Dozier's hit 4 home runs against him. He struck him out swinging all 3 times. Ball 1. So Beck's walks are up 12 in the 3rd innings and 8 free passes. And a half swing, half-hearted swing by Dozier, 1-1.
Yeah, scouting report on Beck, 25 years old, a fastball in the low 90s. That last pitch, a slurve type slider, also a curveball and a changeup. Pitched a bit last year for the White Sox. Good changeup right there.
Dozier, Bauer, and Plouffe here in the Twins' 7th. To left center field toward the gap. Eaton races over and it drops. Dozier takes a big turn and will hold up with a long single. Dozier, well, he puts one in play and gets a leadoff single here in the 7th. Our CarSoup.com trivia question: the last Twins player to lead the American League in extra base hits. I misread the question, but I'll just stick with my answer. Zoilo Versalles. Hey, how about that?
How about that?
Wow. You know, one thing about that season, and we were talking a little bit about it, Zoilo won the MVP that year, and a lot of people thought Tony Oliva should have won.
Right.
What would be the top end if you were a pitcher and you were one?
Good memory.
Here's Mauer. What would be the top end of the number of errors acceptable for an everyday shortstop? Or what is it now with 162 games?
Say around 15. Somewhere in there.
Jack Morris thought 12. That would be the top end. Zoilo committed 39 errors in 1965 when he won the league MVP award.
Wow.
39. That's like 1 every 4 games. 1 strike to Mauer and a throw to first.
That is a lot of errors.
And then 35 the next year.
They got better.
Mauer with a single and a run scored his last time up. And now 1-1. There's a fireworks show over the other end of town. The halftime of the football game, the Viking, or the TCF for the Gopher game, right?
Well, it kind of scared me with that noise. I thought that guy from Cleveland came here with a drum.
Oh. 1-1 to Mauer. Two on the outside corner.
Good sinking fastball right there.
Twins have left 1 man on base, and that was last inning. Suzuki left at second after his RBI double. Great stop at third by Frazier. What a play by both the corner infielders. Bauer cracked his bat, it appeared, and Frazier with a full-length dive going to his right. And then Abreu with a nice pick at first.
Boy, Frazier made a great play. That ball looked like it was almost by him at the last second. He kind of dove for it, able to get it in his glove, and then an off-balance throw, a nice low throw, and Abreu right there. He doesn't get up completely, kind of from his, as soon as he got some weight on that back foot, Abreu picked it for the first out, and Brian Dozier moves into scoring position.
Used to see Eduardo Nunez on the left side of the infield routinely and intentionally throw a one-hop throw. I don't think that was Frazier's intent there. His throw came up a little short, and Abreu with a backhand pick. Pitch down and into Plouffe, 1 strike. Some good ones on that list, and Jose Ramirez moved in from the outfield, doing a nice job for the Indians.
Well, he's one of those guys that, what, 23 years old, is kind of a Quintana type guy that you don't even know he's there, and all of a sudden he's having a great year.
The Indians leading the division this year, and they can be a force for the next few years with the starting pitching that they hope can revert back to form. But the left side of that infield with Ramirez at third and Lindor at short,
Kipnis at
they're going to be no fun to watch for a long time to come for Twins fans, I'm afraid. 1-1 to left. And Cabrera with the catch, and Dozier retreats 2 down. Every weekday morning, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon premieres Tuesday at 8:30 Central, only on FS1. 2 down, and now Miguel Sano. Breaking ball, strike 1.
Boy, you just want to see this guy get hot again.
And if he, I'm sure he watched, of course, but had to admire watching Abreu's approach at the plate here. The pitches Abreu has hit tonight are in the inner half of the plate, and he's driving them hard to right center field. And now it's 0-2. Sano in one of those ruts right now where the at-bats, the outcomes are very similar one to another. 2 strikes, and then typically what it is a breaking ball away and a swing and a miss.
Well, again, you have to take the youth that Sano brings and the power that he brings, the inexperience at this level.
Well, he got a piece there, but that's the idea right there. Get 2 strikes on him, and then a breaking ball just off the plate. And unless or until he either takes that pitch off the plate or drives it hard, does some damage to the opposite field. In a lot of respects, it's kind of what we saw from Brian Dozier in the first 2 months.
I was pointing at Dozier right there on the monitor. And now Brian's finally getting it. Sano will get it, give him more at-bats. Sometimes we have to watch the frustration of young players develop.
Another 0-2 pitch. A strikeout. And Dozier left at first. On to the 8th. And the Twins lead 8-4.
Of America's studio update. Twins and the White Sox at Target Field tonight. If you go back to 2011, Francisco Liriano threw his first career no-hitter against the Chicago White Sox. Needed 123 pitches to complete the effort. But Liriano finished the deal for the Twins. Now let's go back to Target Field.
That was a fun night. He walked 6 men in the process and got his no-hitter. Here's Ryan Pressly now beginning the 8th inning. And Pressly got the last out of the 7th. He'll face the top of the White Sox batting order. Eaton, Sanchez, and Cabrera. And now 2-0. Pressly, one would think, will be asked to go through the 8th. Brandon Kintzler the 9th. Hopefully 6 outs later the Twins will have ended the long losing streak. There's a strike. That's a big call right on the edge, very close to ball 3, and it's 2-1.
Well, this is the guy you want to keep off the bases anyway, Eaton. This guy, as a pitcher out on a mound, you look at him and you say, this is a pest. Slap type hitter, occasional power, but his job is to get on and create something on the base pass. Good player.
2-2 to Eaton. Sanchez on deck. It's a breaking ball in the dirt. That's the one problem with that pitch. It's a sharp breaking ball. It gets a lot of swings and misses, but it's also a pitch that gets hooked in the dirt a lot.
Well, you have to set your sights up a little bit higher, especially Pressly, because it's got such a big break to it. It's the art of visualization of where that ball breaks into the catcher's glove. Now, of course, you're going to throw a fastball here.
Oh, he left another
missed.
Upstairs. A leadoff walk in the 8th. And now Sanchez. We mentioned it last night as the Twins were in the process of getting swept by the Indians. Ryan O'Rourke pitched the last 3 innings last night, and I called it a different kind of a save last night because he finished the ball game and allowed Rogers to not pitch last night. We saw Rogers pitch most of 2 innings here tonight because of an unexpected short start from Ervin Santana. Now similarly, Pressly finishes off the 7th, and they hope he'll get through the 8th, but I don't know that any of that would have been possible if O'Rourke hadn't pitched the last 3 innings last night.
Well, I don't know what that last pitch was to Eaton. I don't know if that's a cutter or something, but I'm sorry, you got to go right after him right there. You have to make him earn his way on.
1-0 now to Sanchez. Eaton a threat to steal, but the White Sox are down by 4. And again, that just sails away, not even close.
Boy, and these are situations I know as a pitching coach, Neil Allen, or even the guys on the bench, get the ball over the plate, make them swing the bat. Brandon Kintzler starting to loosen up.
Pressly had 1 outing in Cleveland, an inning and a third, gave up 1 hit, no runs, but he gave up a couple of runs in his outing in Toronto, and his last outing here, 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Get back in the strike zone to this guy who isn't hitting 200. And there it is, 2-1.
As a pitcher, you always try to get back to even. Now this is a pitch. Okay, 2 balls, 1 strike. Get back to 2-2. You want to fall 3-1.
Fastball just sails high and wide. It's 3-1, and the dangerous hitters Cabrera and Abreu are up next. You saw Kintzler warming up. Nothing's going to come easy, as it certainly hasn't for the Twins over the last 2 weeks. And a strike, 3-2.
And you have to do it again. I don't think they're going to send Eaton right here. Just a fastball, make him swing the bat.
Sanchez is hitting 141. 78 at bats.
Driven to the left field corner. He's got another extra base hit. Eaton rounding third. He'll be waved home. And Sanchez, hitting all of 141, has 2 doubles in 3 plate appearances, and the White Sox get a quick run here in the 8th.
Sanchez, who came into the ballgame after Tim Anderson left with that bruised right calf, got a slider down and in from Santana in the 4th inning and hit a double down toward right field. This one is kind of slashing the ball the other way. It lands fair down into the corner. Eaton and his speed scoring from first base. Sanchez with his 2nd double picks up a run batted in.
And now Melky Cabrera, and Presley gets ahead, strike 1. More sense of urgency now. A leadoff walk, a near walk to Sanchez. He didn't walk only because he lined a double to the left field corner. Again to the corner, but that's going to spin foul and out of the reach of Rosario. Six outs to go. The White Sox have the tying run in the on deck circle, and it's Jose Abreu. Oh, 2. Presley could use a strikeout. Instead, a dribbler to Dozier, and 1 away.
And I know Jack read these really good.
He did.
Yes, he did. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins LLC.
The bar just keeps getting raised higher with every reading. And now Abreu, 3 hits to right center field, including a long home run off the facing of the second deck. Twins have tried to pitch him down and in, and now they go down and away and get a swinging strike. That's what's remarkable. He's hit 3 bullets to right center field, but they've been on pitches on the inner half of the plate.
Good slider right there. Abreu swinging through it.
Slower breaking ball and another swing and a miss.
Yeah, he and Todd Frazier to me are almost bookends. If you make your pitch, they'll swing at that breaking ball down and away. But if you leave a pitch up, they can hammer it.
Presley ahead of him, 0-2.
Abreu will strike out about once every 5 at-bats.
Back to Presley. He looks the runner back and fires to Mauer. Good fielding play.
Yes.
2 down.
Well, good pitch right there. Breaking ball down. That Abreu just got a piece of it, hit it up the middle. Well, watch Ryan Presley and his follow through. Puts that glove down. Checks the runner at third. Sanchez and gets the out at first.
And now Morneau. 2 singles in 4 trips. Just off the corner, ball 1. Red Sox have had plenty of opportunities. And very close to where pitch 1 was. This one called a strike.
Yeah, Twins hold on and win this ball game. You have to credit Ervin Santana, even though he only went 5 innings.
Kind of sort of in the rectangle there. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Fastball there. Even though Santana only went 5 innings, boy, did he work out of some jams every inning.
5 innings, and the White Sox left 10 men on, most of those in scoring position.
1-2. Fastball off the plate, 97 miles per hour. Presley's given Morneau anything but fastballs, right?
Yep.
Twins really want Frazier to lead off the ninth.
There's a first breaking ball, and Justin fouled it off.
Two and two. Jacked his swing, 3-2. And Todd Frazier on deck. Got him with a breaking ball. Presley pays the price for the leadoff walk. The White Sox get one, but the Twins still lead by 3.
To end this 13-game losing streak here at Target Field, and stay with us directly after the game for Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at the offense, which has erupted tonight. They've been clutch too. Only 2 runners left on base. That's the difference in the game. White Sox have left 11 and now 12 after this last at bat. And let's talk about Byron Buxton, back up from AAA with the power we saw in the minors. Now the power is here at the big league level. We'll see what our analysts think about that. We'll bring you inside the clubhouse and hear from the manager, Paul Molitor, who is imploring his team here in the dugout to finish this thing strong. Maybe a couple of insurance runs just in case here, guys.
I think that would make everybody breathe easier. And on the subject of breathing easier, you can forgive Juan Minaya if he's not breathing easy. This is his major league debut.
Yeah, he was claimed off waivers by the White Sox from the Houston Astros back in June, making his major league debut. Hard-throwing right-hander, curveball, and a changeup. 8 minor league seasons with the Astros and a little bit with the White Sox. Good numbers between AAA Astros and AAA White Sox.
You ascribe to the theory, I do, that one of the reasons velocity is so important now is because everybody has it. And let me explain. You know, if you're a big league hitter and you're hitting in the late innings, you're seeing relievers that throw gas. 94 minimum, right? Everybody has one arm after the other. 94, 95, 97, whatever. Right. So if you're, let's say, Tommy Milone, and you're 88, 89, and I don't mean this to be insulting, but that's the equivalent of a batting practice fastball for major league hitters who are conditioned now to see mid-90s or above on a very regular basis.
But you watch Minaya right there. I mean, it's basically rare back, let it fly.
Right.
And then hopefully Kinsler's going to be out there for the ninth, and you'll watch him. He's not overpowering. He has to hit his spots.
But there are more guys like this guy than there are Brandon Kinslers out there, and Kinsler's actually thrown the ball harder than the Twins thought he would. It's such a velocity driven pitching world right now, and if you don't have it, you've got to be, there's no margin for error.
Well, you know what, the game has changed, Dick, and you have to roll with it that the starter goes 5 or 6 innings and then you bring in your hard throwers.
3-2.
That's the way it is.
And look at that, not even close.
Not even close. First batter he ever faced in the big leagues. He walks him.
Polanco's drawn 2 walks tonight. And now Kepler. And Kevin Smith is making his major league debut behind the plate, something he thought would happen weeks ago. Smith was in the starting lineup for the White Sox. Alex Avila taken out. Smith was in the lineup ready to make his major league debut in a starting assignment, and he threw his back out an hour and a half before game time and had to go on the disabled list. Kepler grounds it foul past the feet of Butch Davis. As it turns out, past the feet of the ball boy.
Well, this is a catcher-pitcher combination that was together in Charlotte, AAA affiliate for the White Sox. Putting down the 2 for the breaking ball.
Pop up into the right field corner. A very long run for Garcia. And he makes a fair ball catch. Really nice sliding play by Garcia after a very long run.
Yeah, Kepler kind of had a funny swing at that breaking ball, but it was going right down that right field line. Good concentration by Garcia as he begins his slide and makes the catch right in front of the wall.
Polanco still at first. Kepler retired, and now Suzuki. Suzuki's had 2 hits after 2 really good at bats.
Yeah, 1 in the 2nd and then 1 in the 6th. His last at bat. A couple runs batted in. Scored a run.
Down and away, ball 1.
Malaya, 25 years old, out of the Dominican Republic.
Strike over the inside corner. They've scored 7 earned runs tonight in 5 innings against the American League ERA leader, Jose Quintana. The handle of the bat foul. Looks like Manaea gets the ball to the plate quickly, not affording Polanco much of a chance.
Yeah, in the 2nd inning, that breaking ball down, that picked up an RBI. Polanco scored, and then in the 6th inning, took that fastball the other way and drove in Polanco again.
One and 2. And there goes Polanco. Swing and a miss. It's a strikeout and a perfect throw. Polanco thrown out, so Smith has a nice debut, throwing out the first runner who tries to steal on him. And Brandon Kintzler will have a save situation. 3 outs to go for the Twins to end their 13-game losing streak. Buxton's 3-run home run in the 2nd inning, the biggest swing of the bat tonight. Twins 3 outs away from ending their 13-game losing streak, and it'll be a save opportunity for Brandon Kintzler, the first one in a long time.
Yeah, Kintzler's last save came in Atlanta back on the 16th of August, where he saved his 12th ball game. His 44th relief appearance. Only 3 walks. We were talking about relievers coming in and throwing strike. This guy has done a great job. 3 walks in 43 in the 3rd innings, 27 strikeouts.
Todd Frazier will lead off the 9th inning, and then Garcia, and then Smith, who just threw out Polanco, will be hitting in his first major league plate appearance, barring a pinch hitting move that I don't think the White Sox will make. Outside, ball 1 to Frazier. Frazier with a leadoff home run in the 2nd, strikeout, a walk, and another strikeout. On the outside corner, 1-1.
And that's what we have seen from Kintzler. He falls behind, ball 1, he'll come right back with the strike.
Kintzler wasn't even with the team, and yet he may be the anchor of the bullpen next year. Dribbled in front of Plouffe. Bare hands, fires. Out at first. And the White Sox may challenge, and the initial call again is so very, very important. And Mike Estabrook gave him the out call. White Sox may as well challenge, pending what they see on replay here.
Boy, I mean, what a play by Trevor Plouffe.
He's safe, and it's not that close.
There's the foot on the bag before Joe could get the ball in the glove.
Well, it'll be an infield hit. They'll review it. They'll overturn it, one would think. Plouffe did what he could. Frazier's not going to rack up too many infield hits, but I think he just got one. Frazier a little exasperated that it's even taking this long. Safe.
That didn't take long.
No. And you can see Mike Estabrook ponder it for a while and then ring him up, and they can afford to smile and joke about it afterwards. Might not have been the case without the replay system. I doubt Frazier would be in such good spirits if he had a hit taken away from him.
You might have seen the manager get thrown out there too.
Here's Garcia. Up and away, ball one. Garcia with a walk, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. And again, if the White Sox get another runner aboard, tying run will come to the plate. And a strike. Ball one, followed almost automatically by strike one, as you mentioned before.
Well, you lose 13 in a row, you know it's not going to be easy to finally win that ball.
It should be. It would be a lot easier on everybody if it was. Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Good sinking fastball inside. It's almost the same pitch that struck out Garcia in the 5th inning with Santana. That two-seamer in, down, and in.
One and 2. Breaking ball got him. Strike 3, 1 down.
Good hard slider right there. And Garcia strikes out for the 3rd time in a ball game. Perfect spot.
And now Kevin Smith in his first major league plate appearance. Behind him, Tyler Saladino. Smith had a highlight already, throwing out Polanco to end the bottom of the 8th inning. Strike 1.
Yeah, Smith, 27 years old. Signed by the White Sox in 2011. Out of the University of Pittsburgh.
Just off the plate, 1 and 1. Two and 1. Kinsler's specialty, of course, is getting ground ball outs. And you'd like to think he might be able to make a good pitch here, get an eager hitter to bounce into an inning ending and losing streak ending double play.
Good fastball away.
2 and 2. Saladino hoping for a chance. To center. Buxton is there for out number 2. And Smith hits a rope to center field in his first major league at bat. 2 away. Another night game tomorrow. What's next? Brought to you by CenturyLink. Another left-hander, Carlos Rodon, going for the White Sox, and Kyle Gibson going for the Twins. Here is Saladino. Saladino with a single his first time up. A couple of ground balls and a strikeout since. Runner goes. Twins don't care. Frazier to second on defensive indifference. One strike to Saladino. On the ground to short. Polanco. Well, that wasn't so hard, was it?
How about that? Well, you know what? We expected a pitcher's duel. It wasn't that, but the most important thing, the Twins held on and won. Buxton, big 3-run home run. Trevor Plouffe, a big 2-run home run. Time to celebrate, boys.
The three amigos coming in from the outfield. Twins have a win, and they start September with a victory in their first game.
Twins move back into the winner's circle, Dick, for the first time in 15 days. Up next on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll talk about the night, Byron Buxton's blast. We'll hear from Paul Molitor and preview Game 2 tomorrow night.